Hi, I'm Sherry from Whole Circle Studio, and welcome to our 5th Around the World Block of the Month destination. This month we're traveling to Dubai, a city in the United Arab Emirates. In this video, I'm going to share tips to help you piece your block. So far, we've visited ancient and historic architectural wonders. This month, we're visiting a modern design. One of the most iconic pieces of architecture in Dubai is the Burj Al Arab. It is one of the tallest hotels in the world. Construction on the artificial island that is just large enough for this building to sit on began in 1994, and the building opened just 5 years later in 1999. The outside of the hotel was built using more than 450,000 square feet of glass. In addition to this video, be sure to refer to the tips included in the pattern, as well as other links below, including a foundation paper piecing video tutorial and previous month's videos. Let's get started. There are a few steps in this pattern that I wanted to call special attention to. Be sure to use the fabric swatch chart in your pattern. This is especially helpful if you're using a color scheme similar to mine. I used a darker fabric for the background and a light blue for the windows. The windows are shaded and are darker on the paper pattern, so it's easy to get confused. You may decide to write the color on the paper pieces as a reminder for what color fabric you're using as you're sewing. This is the first around the world block with multiple angles and thin sections. You could see those here. While the sections are skinny, they use the same sewing techniques we've been using. Just a reminder, go slow and it'll be easier to stay on the line you're sewing on. These parts might look intimidating, but they're no more challenging than the small pieces you've been sewing in the whole tag at the top of each month's block. If you're using the pre-cut fabric measurements in the pattern, and then you'll be piecing the letters, you may want to wait to piece the letters until the sections for the main part of the block are pieced and trimmed. Many of the scraps can be used to piece the letters and the background around the letters. Lastly, there are a couple of critical alignments. You'll find dots on the pattern in those areas to help you align your pieces perfectly. If you need a refresher, be sure to go back and check out the positioning pinning technique that I demonstrated in previous blocks. You may find that this block comes together a bit faster than some of the previous month's blocks. There are less sections and less paper pieces to assemble to achieve this beautiful arch. I can't wait to see your Dubai blocks come together. Thanks again for being here and sewing along with us. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And also be sure to share your progress on Instagram using the Around the World hashtags found on the pattern so we can check out what you're working on. See you next month and happy sewing!